Hey friends, I want to show you a really cool trick, okay? So you're gonna have to watch all the way to the end because it's a little bit of a process to do what we're gonna do with oil pastels, but it will totally blow your kids' minds. They will think you are the coolest, okay? So here's what you're gonna need. You need just some copy paper. If you wanna use construction paper, that works too. Oil pastels. You have to have oil pastels for this trick to work. I don't think it would work with crayons. It might work with crayons, in fact. We might even test it out and see. A pencil, not super duper sharp pencil, but not really dull either. That's it, okay? So here we go. We are going to, I've got a sheet of copy paper, and so that you don't have to watch me work the whole paper, what I thought we would do just for testing for video purposes, you can do the whole paper if you want to, but I'm going to fold my paper in half, corner to corner, and doesn't have to be perfect. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to cut it in half. Remember, really work with your kiddos on using scissors because they struggle. The whole hand-eye coordination and making the scissors do what they want them to do. Sometimes they kind of struggle with that. So take the time to teach them how to hold their scissors correctly and how to take little chomps with their scissors and how to be really careful with them. So I'm going to use a piece of tape. You don't need this, but this is for me, not for you guys. I'm going to tape this up here, and I am going to grab some oil pastels. And the first part I think is super duper fun. I'm going totally abstract. You can do as much or as little with this as you want. There's no wrong answer, but the goal is to get our whole sheet of paper totally colored in with the oil pastels, okay? That's our goal. And so you can use as many colors as you want or as few colors as you want. And the awesome thing about this is it doesn't even need to be perfect or really beautiful. Although you could ultimately make two pieces of art out of this mind-blowing activity that I'm teaching you right now. And I know you're thinking, okay, really? You're just coloring with oil pastels. But I promise, stay tuned. Keep watching and you'll see what I am going to do with this, okay? Maybe switch to this yellow orange. This is just a 16 pack of oil pastels from Crayola. Just a good old 16 pack. What did I do with that lid? Here it is. Of oil pastels from Crayola, and they actually make different sizes of these. So I think you can get a smaller pack and you can definitely get a bigger pack. The reason why I love them so much is because they're super waxy. They're really easy to color with. They're even easy for kids to get like a nice thick layer on. I am using some muscle, so you might want to keep that in mind when you're working with these. Go into yellow. So the other one was yellow orange. This is yellow. Now you don't have to do the design I'm doing, but if you choose to, it's just up, down, 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 up, down. So you don't have to do the design I'm doing, this whole like tie-dye or firework feel. You could do stripes, you could do polka dots, you could do wavy lines, you could just do chunks of color. It's really up to you. I just wanted to show you this because it's kind of cool. Come on. And remember, we're trying to get this on pretty thick, so I am, oh my goodness, this happens to me every time, guys, doesn't it? So I am trying to put the pastel on using some muscle, okay? It's probably not going to hold, but we can hope, right? Okay, there we go. Work that on around, just like that. And then we'll get into some darker green. just like this. And again, use some muscle. Try not to leave white spots because that will be really important later. It's really important that you get the whole paper colored in like I'm trying to do. And again, you can color it in however you want. The goal is to get the whole paper colored in. And I wouldn't really recommend like actually drawing anything specific. I would recommend just keeping it real loose and abstract like this. Oh my goodness. I'm just kind of struggling with this paper, aren't I? Okay, and then what? Some purple? Some purple over here. Not much paper left, but there is a little bit left. So we'll get this all filled in. I don't even really know where to hold it. So I'm just trying to kind of hold it down with this hand. There we go. Remember, we want to try to get all the white spots covered up as best as we can. So now that we have this done, we have our design. Remember, any design you want. Then what you're going to do is on a separate piece of paper, you can draw a picture, okay? So if I were to take this down for a minute, put a different paper up. So I'm putting that other paper to the side for a minute, and I'm going to stick this up. So let's think, what do I want to do in my extra picture? Maybe I want to just kind of keep it loose, keep it abstract, so just lines and designs, right? I'm going to do Sharpie first. You don't have to do Sharpie. You can do pencil. I'm only doing Sharpie so that you can see what I'm doing, okay? So I might kind of go, let's see. I love spirals. Don't really know why, just do. So I might make a spiral. Again, any design you want. You can even for real draw a picture if you want to, okay? But whatever we draw is actually going to get reversed when we do our cool addition to this project, okay? Okay, then I might draw just some straight lines in there. I might make a curved line around this. I might make these curved lines. Again, guys, whatever designs you want to. So this is just abstract lines and designs, nothing in particular, okay? Whatever floats your boat. Like I could have drawn like a whole beach scene or something, you know? You start running out of ideas when you kind of go this style, huh? Okay, let's see. Maybe, yeah, we'll do some triangles. You can't go wrong with shapes, right? Definitely can't go wrong with lines. So there's a zigzag. Maybe throw an extra zigzag. Maybe put some hearts in there. I don't know. Okay, so now once you get your picture drawn, and I could have went horizontal, like I didn't have to keep my paper up and down. I could have drawn my design this way. So once you get your paper drawn this way, here's where it's pretty cool, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set these two papers right on top of each other. And honestly, what you may want to think about doing is sliding your top paper down just a little bit. See how we can still see the color up there? So that way our tape grabs a hold of both papers, okay? And you don't have to have tape for this project, but if you're doing it with little ones, you may want tape just to hold their papers still and keep them together for them, okay? So I'm kind of scraping that tape. Tape doesn't really like to stick to oil pastel very well. Now, Here's where the pencil comes in handy. And remember, I don't want super duper sharp pencil, because when you have a really sharp pencil and you're pushing hard on a surface, it can actually tear through. You could even use, I don't have one over here, but you could even use a pen, right? Because a pen's not going to tear your paper, okay? So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a decent amount of pressure, pushing my pencil onto the paper and tracing all the lines, okay? So I'm going to trace, and if you don't trace exactly on the lines, don't worry about it. But if you mess up, it truly is a mess up, because you can erase it and fix it and make it all better, okay? And then remember, what I'm tracing on this side is actually going to be reversed when we're finished. So your first one may just be a practice, trial and error thing, but then it's pretty cool, because you can make copies of your art or reuse our oil pastel picture and make more pictures, okay? And you have to keep track of what lines you've traced and what lines you haven't traced. That's why I really recommend using maybe different colors, like you guys probably drew your design out with pencil in the first place, right? So then you could go back with a pen, and that will show you real easily what lines you've traced and which lines you haven't. So I'm able to see, because I drew with Sharpie and I'm tracing with pencil, so I can see which lines I've traced and which ones I haven't. And again, it's okay if you don't stay exactly perfect on your first lines. That's okay. But you just have to go with it. Once you draw a line, it's your line. You're stuck with it. You just have to go with it, okay? So take your time, be thoughtful, and this is actually a really fun project, and I think that it will keep your kids pretty busy for a while, and it's totally going to have their minds blown. I'm sure you guys have put 2 and 2 together and realized what I'm doing now, right? I am tracing our original design. Well, I'm tracing my abstract design, and underneath it, I have the oil pastel coloring. So what do you think the oil pastel is doing to the back of this paper I'm drawing on right now? You already know. It is smushing on to the back side of this paper everywhere that I am tracing. Okay, we're getting close to the end. You're about to see the results. I love doing this project with kids because it really blows their mind, and it honestly even blows parents' minds, which is so fun. So you guys do this for yourself for fun, and then share it with your kids if you want to. Okay, so now comes the big reveal moment. Drum roll. When I peel this paper off, oh, you guys can't even see it. What is so cool is it's now on the back of my artwork. How cool is that? So this is here. That is there. Isn't that so cool? And then what's even neater about this, I should have grabbed an extra paper. 1 second, please. What's really cool about this is you can use another paper and do a whole nother design, and you can do this multiple times until your oil pastel is just kind of all worn off, okay? As long as you do your coloring thick enough. So I can put this on here, and this is why I tell you to tape it, because if I'm drawing and then my paper moves even just a little bit, it's gonna mess up my whole design on the back. So that's why I kind of recommend taping it even for yourself, so that your paper, and remember, make your top paper a little bit lower than your bottom paper, so that way they have a chance to stick to each other, okay? And then we can do a whole other design. But remember, whatever I put on this side is actually going to be reversed when I flip it around, okay? So I might do, let's think about this. I might do a circle and can y'all, oh, you guys can't even see that. Yes, now you can. Might do some cool guy there, right? Cool guy, and then do, oh, I don't know. Maybe make him like cool guy sunshine. Now, I'm totally going rogue this time. Remember last time I drew on this paper first, then I taped it on, and then I traced on top of my drawing. So I'm going rogue this time, but that's okay. Once you get comfortable with it, then you'll be able to go rogue too. Okay, there's an awesome sun shining. Maybe we have some clouds in our sky. Maybe we've got some birds flying. And I don't know, maybe we've got some grass down here, way down low on the bottom of our picture, and a couple flowers, just for fun. So I'm doing this step real quick just to kind of show you that you can do multiple pictures using the same oil pastel design. So there we go, and there we go. How cool is that? Right? Super cool. And it was all based off of our one design that we did, which is pretty fun. And if you can see it, you can kind of see where we scratched the design from our previous two pieces of art right on into it. So that, my friends, is kind of printmaking, okay? It's kind of the whole printmaking process, one type of printmaking. And your kids can make as many pictures as they want. So we've already done 2, and we could do even more. So the more lines you do, though, I will say the cooler it looks, right? So my first line has a lot more, my first art has a lot more lines, so I think it looks a little bit more interesting. But have fun with this. Totally test it out. Check it out. Have fun with it. Share it with your kids if you want to. And of course, please do all that social media stuff, like, share, subscribe, leave me some comments. I want to see what you come up with. So have fun with the oil pastel process and have fun with the tracing process, which then turns into prints. And I cannot wait to do some more art with you.